8% of homeowners owe more than their home is worth. The more than 6,000 homes currently on the market in Cape Coral alone.
The listings that just don't sell, they seem to be popping on the market for rent.
They told you Florida was a sure thing. The sunshine, the beaches, retirees streaming in, endless tourists. The perfect bet. They were wrong. In 2026, the Florida housing dream isn't just slowing down. It's being dismantled, brick by concrete brick. This isn't a correction, not a dip. It's a full-blown financial reckoning, and the numbers don't lie. In some cities, home prices aren't just falling, they're in freefall. Insurance nightmares, investor panic, and math that doesn't add up anymore are creating chaos. From the Panhandle to the Keys, markets that once seemed bulletproof are now vulnerable. We're not here to scare you. We're here to show the autopsy report while the body's still warm. Forget hypothetical top 10 lists. This is the countdown of the cities where home prices aren't just softening. They're collapsing, and the reasons are brutally simple. Oversupply, rising costs, and shifting demand. Number 10, Tampa, St. Petersburg, Clearwater. Tampa Bay has long been a magnet for northern buyers chasing sun and jobs. But in 2026, forecasts show prices dropping around 3.6%. Homes that sold in weeks now linger for months. Rising insurance rates, high property taxes, and mortgage costs have cooled demand. Families who moved here expecting long-term growth are now seeing the reality. A market no longer guaranteed to climb. Even trendy neighborhoods like Hyde Park and St. Petersburg's waterfront are feeling the pressure, with buyers negotiating fiercely. 9. Deltona, Daytona Beach, Ormond Beach. Once a quiet alternative to pricier coastal markets, Volusia County is now flooded with listings. Price cuts are widespread, with home values expected to decline approximately 3.6% in 2026. The area's allure, beaches, small-town charm, and commuting options, isn't enough to offset oversupply. Residents who bought in 2024 or 2025 now face slower sales and reduced equity, illustrating how quickly local conditions can shift. 8. Lakeland, Winter Haven. Central Florida's inland markets exploded with new construction during the last boom. But too many homes now compete for fewer buyers. Prices are projected to fall approximately 8.8%, as families who once flocked here for affordability rethink timing. Neighborhoods like Lake Hollingsworth and Winter Haven's historic districts are seeing longer selling times and higher concessions. Buyers are cautious, asking for inspections and negotiations like never before. 7. Pasco County. North of Tampa, Pasco's growth story is slowing dramatically. Inventory sits about 65% above normal, and forecasts predict approximately 8.5% price declines in 2026. Suburban developments from Land O'Lakes to Newport Richey are saturated. Buyers are empowered, taking their time and negotiating aggressively. Sellers who once relied on fast-flipping properties now face reality. Patience alone won't move these homes. 6. Ocala. Known for affordability and horse country charm, Ocala is feeling the ripple effects of rising costs. Prices are expected to drop approximately 8.4% in 2026. Families who move to escape pricier coastal areas now contend with slower sales and growing inventory. The downtown historic district and areas near Silver Springs are seeing homes sit longer, forcing sellers to adjust pricing strategies. 5. Manatee County, Bradenton. Near Sarasota, this relocation hotspot faces a approximately 8.1% projected drop. Homes are staying on the market longer, and buyers now demand incentives or concessions. Coastal neighborhoods that once attracted retirees from the Northeast are seeing softer demand as insurance costs climb and mortgage payments become a hurdle. The allure of Gulf Coast living isn't enough to offset economic pressures. 4. Daytona Beach Area. Famous for NASCAR and oceanfront living, Daytona is no longer immune. Home values fell approximately 5%, with an expected 7.8% further drop in 2026. The market is saturated with listings, and buyers are no longer rushing. Even areas near the boardwalk and beachside condos are seeing slower turnover, highlighting the reach of the slowdown. 3. Sarasota. Once a magnet for affluent retirees and vacation homeowners, Sarasota has seen home values slump nearly 10% year over year. Forecasts predict an additional 7.8% decline in 2026 as rising insurance costs, property taxes, and maintenance expenses deter potential buyers. Luxury condos along the bay and single-family homes in Palmer Ranch now require deeper negotiations to sell. 2. Cape Coral Fort Myers. Southwest Florida's sprawling communities were among the fastest growing in the state. Oversupply and cautious buyers have pushed home values down approximately 10%, with another 9.1% drop projected in 2026. Neighborhoods like Coral Lakes and Pelican could see the heaviest declines. Families seeking affordable coastal living face a buyer's market where negotiations dominate, and previously confident sellers must rethink their strategy. Number 1. Northport Sarasota Bradenton. This Gulf Coast metro, once celebrated for rapid growth and investor appeal, is forecast to drop approximately 8.9% in 2026. Inventory is high, buyer urgency is low, and homes are sitting longer than ever. Luxury communities and planned developments that were once symbols of prosperity now face deep corrections, proving that even the hottest markets are not immune. The reasons are brutally simple. Too many homes, rising insurance and maintenance costs, higher borrowing rates, and slower migration. Some cities may soften gently, but these metros are poised for real freefall in 2026. Buyers now hold leverage. Sellers must adapt. For prospective buyers, 2026 could be a rare window to negotiate real value. For investors and homeowners, it's a wake-up call. The market is shifting fast, and timing is everything. If you want to stay ahead of the next big shift, not just in real estate, but in the economic forces changing our world, you need the right intelligence. This is happening everywhere. Subscribe to our changing world to stay informed. We cut through the noise on housing trends, economic changes, and the unseen forces that are reshaping where we live and how we invest. Don't just watch the world change, understand it.